Oh my god, why do we even bother? We're just gonna die anyway. Hey, I guess I didn't die in the explosion that didn't kill me because that didn't happen because I'm alive. Little did they know that my ingenious distraction worked and seamlessly transitioned us into the beginning of the video. Look, you read the fucking title, you know what the fucking video is about. See, nowadays advertising for video games has a formula. Announcement, cinematic, gameplay, launch, and finally, accolades. Don't question the algorithm, it has your family. But before gaming hit the mainstream, no one had any idea how to sell this nerdy shit to the public. So the key to advertising was just to put out whatever insane and bizarre visuals would stick in a viewer's memory late at night when the shadows consumed us. Case in point, this queen. Even outside the world of video game advertising, those bugged out eyes and that flat brow have secured their place in internet infamy. The commercial takes place in an ominous, wide, empty room, very possibly somewhere in the back, how do you do, fellow children, as our large-headed, ambiguously humanoid hostess talks directly into the camera about the power of the mind. Equating how the outward accomplishment of mankind are nothing compared to what the individual can perceive in their own head. And you want to tell me what the actual fuck this has to do with the Sony PlayStation? Because yeah, for the uninitiated, this is a PlayStation ad. They're actually trying to sell interactive software here. It certainly was a choice. There is no thesis statement. They don't go over the specs of the console or launch titles. My girl just rambles existential for under a minute, and then we're given the vaguely threatening instruction to not underestimate the power of PlayStation. There's such a large quantity of what the fuck in such a small window of time. How could you not love it? It's so esoteric and creative, like some kind of bizarre performance art piece. Coupled with the unprompted nature of television commercials at the time, it just feels like the perfect cocktail of late 90s offbeat weirdness. Now in the day of YouTube ads, they're just trying to sell stuff like, I don't know, the next big mobile game or racism. But this, on the other hand, it just sneaks up on you and demands your attention as it takes you on a wild ride to its bizarre and inviting conclusion. I miss this. The girl in question has really become the breakout star of this ad, having since been featured as one of the poster children for creepy and cursed advertising. And to be completely blunt, I don't get it. Sony is completely capable of fueling my nightmares, make no mistake. Like, what god allowed this? And while her face is balls deep in the uncanny valley, this ad always felt strangely wholesome to me. It's a soft-spoken alien girl telling the audience they can achieve anything with a healthy mindset. And that is just diabetic in how sweet it is.
I don't even know where Grimsby is.
What did you say to me?
Okay, before I show you this next ad, let's do a little thought experiment. For a brief moment, forget any memory you have of Super Smash Bros. Pretend that the last Mario game was like Mario 64, Ocarina of Time is a thing that exists, but none of these characters have ever interacted in any meaningful way.
Me and you and me.
The first shot of this ad just assaults you by showing all of these unrelated characters on the same screen for the first time ever. There was no foreplay, they just went there. And while you're already hyperventilating and shaking from the overstimulating fan service, it ups the ante by a bitch zillion by showing that not only will they all be starring in the same game, but they will be beating the holy bitch shit out of each other. Just take it! The fact that they actually filmed these four mofos doing this Looney Tunes shit while baking alive in those costumes to sell the premise of this game is insane. And moreover, it worked. This was the beginning of Nintendo's juggernaut fighting game franchise that spawned legions of loyal fans. And by loyal, I mean point to where Fire Emblem touched you.
Smash Bros. is a really exciting game.
You can't just fucking decide that!
Brand loyalty is cringe, and the fact that console wars continue to be a thing in 2025 means that the human race has regressed to an irreversible standpoint. But I mean, look at the propaganda we were being fed in the early aughts. Nowadays, video game companies have to pretend they don't actively hate each other. But back then,
while light is upon you, I am here to make a painful reminder of your mortality. Your empire will crumble at my feet as I methodically destroy everything you hold dear, and from the ashes of the Mushroom Kingdom shall rise my empire. If you think that your twin hero will defend you, I'll have you know he is already rotting in the hole in the desert. You shall soon feel the full force of my marsupial cock as it vigorously demolishes your life. Prepare to be judged by the awesome might of the place.
On the subject of unhealthy competition, I'm including this one for the sheer testicular fortitude. The camera ominously pans over hospital beds of people with copyright-friendly names who have been fucked up by this character, namely Spyro, Crash, and Sonic. All characters you've no doubt heard the name of in the past week. And when they reveal the visage of this warrior, this abject badass who could do—
Who the fuck are you?
See, it's funny because in hindsight, all these characters are more or less going relatively strong, or again, are at least in the public zeitgeist. Whereas I've already forgotten the subject of this sentence. I'm not trying to insult Ty, alright? I'm sure his games are just as solid as their scores say they are, but the sheer balls of this unknown bitch showing up, killing your husbando, then looking dead in the camera and saying, "I did that with 70% of my power." Bravo, sir. My absolute compliments to— who are we talking about? Okay, I'm pretty much shrieking into the void on this one, but I wanted to save it for last because it is a personal favorite of mine. When the first Legacy of Goku game was on its way out the door, this ad would play on Cartoon Network all the time. A kid is playing it in the back of his mom's car as a sizzle reel of the game accompanied by a butt rock riff and a narration that is distinctly non-A-Bear plays. Pretty standard stuff so far. But by the time he exits the car, oh no, you go back in that car and reflect on every decision that led you to this point in your life. I love the bold statement at the heart of this ad. Hey kids, playing our clunky, mediocre action-adventure game based on a popular IP they somehow let our now defunct studio shit out will allow you to fulfill an ancient alien prophecy. Your classmates will be blown away by your sheer testosterone. If your parents don't buy it for you, kill them. Yeah, no, I was an anime kid in middle school. I had one of the Naruto headbands. This is not how this plays out. You step out of your mom's car with that fit, your remains are shipped to your home in a Tonka truck. The other kids beat you into jelly, and I absolutely deserved it, daddy weight. This is to date the most cursed thing I have seen come out of this franchise, and I'm including when the villain's evil plan was to go back in time and become gay with himself.